Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Today I'm hanging out with Gary with Perry Vans, and I'm going to give you a tour of Gary's creation on a 2019 Ram Promaster 159 non-extended. He did an excellent job converting this into a fully self-contained camper van. So join me. Some of you may remember I featured one of Gary's vans on the channel before, and it was a similar design, but this particular one has a lot of upgrades to it. So we're going to walk through it. If you look down here, the flooring is a life-proof flooring on top of foam board insulation. The cabinetry is plywood, but he banded the edges with solid wood. It's got a lagoon table up front with one aftermarket swivel base, the laminate top, and this table swings all the way around so you can utilize it with this little bench seat and the passenger seat. And if you put the passenger seat on a little angle, someone could actually sit on the driver's seat and utilize this table. Has an adjustable mount that goes up and down, and then you could take the table off and put it on the outside mount if you want to use it outside as well. The cushion material here is beautiful, beautifully done. This is fastened into this bench box, and there's even a backrest on it. And in here, you release this lever. There's a refrigerator. There's two different positions. And this could be a freezer or refrigerator or both. And it's 12-volt powered. Let's talk about battery capacity. It has 412 amp hours of SOK lithium iron phosphate batteries, 400 watts of solar on the roof, and has a 3,000 watt MultiPlus inverter on board. So it definitely has the power to be fully self-contained. Let's get a lay of the land. So when we walk in, you'll see there is a shower base here, and you could bring a porta potty with you. So you do have the option, you can put it in the compartment and remove it when you go to take a shower. Has a center galley kitchen, but it's a split galley. So the cooking's on one side, and the sink wash-up area is on the other. And then it has a residential style, very thick pillow top memory foam queen bed mattress with a headboard, and at the foot of the bed is a window. Now you could sleep the other way on the bed if you wish to have the window at the head of the bed. Paneling on the ceiling covers up the rock wool insulation that's throughout. All LED lighting on board. The cabinet color is painted gray. Satin finish, beautiful hardware on board. If you look up front here, there's a drawer bank, and it uses very high-end, heavy-duty drawer glides that actually have a brake built into them to keep them shut when you're driving. And the drawer box construction here, you can see the rabbit and dado that he put in. Bottom one here. These are full extensions, so you have full access to the drawer. Little cutout behind the driver's chair allows the chair to be fully set back. So for anybody that is tall that needs the full width, they can bring that chair all the way back. And then there is a privacy curtain that pulls across and velcros in. And that gives you the privacy that you'd want while you're camping. And it's nice that it goes behind the seats and not across the front. So from the outside of the van, it's hard to tell that it's a camper conversion when that's closed. In this top shelf area, it's left open for additional storage. Nicely boxed in over this door here, all the way around. And this is the regular light that the Promaster comes with. Over here we got the Victron Energy display. Now, this could all be controlled here. So you could turn the inverter on and off. You could check your freshwater capacity from here, but you could also do it through the Victron app because this is a smart control. So you can control everything from your phone on board. Over here, we got some light switches with dimmers. These are regular RV lights. So underneath the cabinet, there's a light strip there. You can turn that on and off. And you got the ceiling lights. You can dim them down and turn them on and off. And then there is a gray tank on board. So let's talk about capacities. There's a 28-gallon freshwater tank on board with a demand water pump. That's a 12-volt water pump. And then it has 18 gallons of gray waste. So it's two 9-gallon tanks bonded together, and it has a remote waste gate. So when you push down, that opens the gate valve, and the red light will come on and let you know it's fully open, and the waste will discharge. When you're done discharging the waste, you flip it up and the gate will close. And then you put it back to neutral once the motor stops. Formica countertop here with an induction cooktop. So this induction runs right off the electrical outlet underneath that is plugged into, that goes off the 3,000 watt inverter. This is removable, so if you want to take this outside and put it on the table that mounts outside, you have that option because not everybody always wants to cook inside. Behind the cooktop, subway tile wall here, electrical outlet with GFCI protected. The overhead roof locker lifts up, nice rounded edges here. There's a distribution box here, gas struts to keep this cabinet door open, and a little lip here so things don't slide up against the door when you're driving. In this cabinet here, this drawer, is a trash pail. And there's room in the back so you can store more things in there. Drawer bank here. These get pulled really hard to get them open. And I'll open up the rest of them. This one's deep. And this one's just as deep. This is a pass-through that goes into the garage area. The garage is lit. And one unique thing that Gary came up with on this build was if you wanted to use this van for other things other than camping, this mattress comes out. The boards underneath the mattress are removable and the rails underneath the mattress are removable, so you can load cargo in the back if you needed to. Gives you a lot of flexibility. Also makes it a lot easier if you want to work back there, you're not crawling underneath the mattress. Take another look at the foot of the bed. These lights have the halo around them. And there's a USB charge port in each one of them. There's a light switch here on the wall for bedroom lights, which is dimmable. A lot of attention to detail on this build. The remote control is for the front Maxx Air fan. So while you're laying in bed, you can control the Maxx Air fan and raise the lid and control the fan speed from there. The one over the bed is a manual control that you could reach up and turn on and off while you're in bed. Overhead roof locker over the bed with plenty of storage all throughout. And the way that he boxed everything, and this is an area of the van where there's a pillar. I see a lot of van builds, everybody addresses that pillar differently, but he boxed it in nice and neat. Everything's caulked and painted. Beautiful job he did. He added a window at the foot of the bed, which is an awning style that cranks out. Has the Chinese diesel heater. We're going to look at the heater in a moment, as well as when we get to the back garage, the diesel tank. Another light control here for the shower. This turns on and off the shower light. And this is the demand water pump switch here. More subway tile on the wall. Goes all the way around, wraps around. Nicely caulked all the way around. Really deep sink here, but let's take a look. Cutting board. This little mat rolls away. gains you access to the sink, residential faucet, and a soap dispenser here off to the side. Underneath, there's a Kumo water heater that has coolant lines that run all the way up to the front of the van and is incorporated to the heating system of the van. It superheats your water. There's a low point drain built into it, a pressure relief valve, and then you can see the tie-in for the sink drain and the shower drain here through the floor, and you can see the foam insulation and the 3/4 inch ply. You can see a little bit of the rock wool insulation. There's that diesel heater. All the wiring is marine wiring. And the water pump right now is disconnected because it's winterized, but that's the water pump feed. And the switch up here, that turns the electric part of the water heater on, and that's tied into the battery system on board. Moving on to the shower. This is one of the more challenging items when people do DIY van conversions, is incorporating a shower. And I think he did a lovely job here. Look at the header here, the detail, how it's arched. It's all rounded edges here. FRP is curved at the top where it transitions to the tile on the wall with flexible grout. He's got the little nook here built in. Nice tile, residential tile. Residential shower wand. And you got your hot and cold control here. And that's an RV catalog shower pan. Nice and tight fit in there. And then a Nautilus style shower door. Now, this shower door has a squeegee built into it that when you roll it back, it rolls all the water off the shower door and it runs down the drain. And that porta potty would fit perfect in there. Wardrobe up front, that stores the table. The table goes in there when you're driving. And up top, there's a wardrobe rod up there. Let's take a walk outside. We're going to take a look under the van and we're going to see the wastegate. You can see one of the tanks there and the wastegate. That's the other tank and they're bonded together. Up top, you can see the rails that are on the roof, and that allowed him to mount the solar panels to it. And I didn't show you this inside, but he made these blinds here, and they're insulated, and they just magnet right over the window. And he finished the inside of the door with wood trim here on the top and bottom. Nice touches. There's a 30 amp shore power connection here, so you can plug in right at a campground. And then you could use an adapter and adapt that to a regular 15 or 20 amp residential outlet as well. In the back, in the garage space, you can see the inside of the door is fully finished. The removable privacy shades that are insulated. Now look at this space, it's massive back here. Really gets you a really good view of the interior when you open up these back doors. Just imagine laying in bed and looking out at the beautiful view and scenery at a campground or parked in some scenic area. You get to capture that in this van. And you can see the thickness of the mattress from here. And also the little cutouts. So you can see how it's split down the middle and the little handle holes there. How you can remove those panels and these rails and completely have this out to have an open space. Gives you a lot of flexibility when you're not using it as a camper van. Company logo here. There's the light for underneath the garage to turn on and off the light. There's an outside utility shower here, and it has a regular wand and sprayer there off to the side. And then instead of having a compartment that you store the diesel tank in, he made this cool carrier. Look at that nice woodworking done here with this handle. This slides out, and then you take the cap off, and it's away from the van. So if you spill when you're filling the diesel tank, it's going to spill onto the ground instead of inside the van. And that's the line that feeds that diesel furnace right there off the bottom. And when you're done, you just slide it right in, and it locks in place. That vinyl click together floor, the PVC flooring, goes throughout. So that's down first, and everything else goes and gets pinned in on top. That is a shutoff here for the 400-watt solar charging system. The solar charge controller from Victron is the MPPT 150. There's a WFCO, control box that has your breakers and your 12-volt fuses on board. Over here is the SOK 412 amp hours lithium iron phosphate batteries. This is a huge fuse. He also added the Lynx Distributor, and it has a DC to DC charger from the 220 amp alternator on board. Has a smart shunt, battery disconnect switch. Here's the Victron MultiPlus 3000 watt inverter. And it has 2 Orion smart controllers. That's how you could control, and you can see the freshwater tank capacity and your battery and your inverter on and off right from your cell phone. More electronics here off to the side. And then over here is a shelf that's carpeted for additional storage. Over here on the road side or driver's side is the freshwater tank fill. You can fill it right from there. And there's no city water connection, so in order to have water on board, you got to fill the freshwater tank and turn on the water pump on board. Take a walk around the front. Now, he bought this van used, and he found the nicest possible one that he could get to do the conversion, so it has very low miles on it. And I think he did a great job. Now, Gary will be answering any questions you have about this in the comments. And this is for sale, so he is selling it. And I'll make sure I link to the website as well as the Instagram if you want to follow future builds. He builds about 2 a year, and he does this as a fun retirement thing. And he has experience and expertise in cabinet building. So he used that passion to create these beautiful masterpiece vans. Well, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, comment, share, and subscribe. I love it. And we'll see you soon.